Hello, welcome to another video. Today I'm looking at the UGREEN PD fast charger 30 watt. So you can see it does 5, 9, 15, and 20 volts. It's got an 800 milliamp max. We'll have to check that out. Well, let's get it opened up. Wrapped in plastic, of course. Fairly easy to open after that, though. Not so bad. Little instructions. Here's the actual adapter. A little bit bigger, what we've seen. On the back it says, more for you. More for me, more for you, more for everybody. Plastic wrap around there. Get rid of that. It's got the folding action. So they have the ratings written right here on there. Same ratings we were looking at before. So there's the official model, CD127. And then they have a part number 70725. So it sounds like there's a couple different ways that they actually list this product, but the overall name is PD Fast Charger, but the real model number is CD127. We see our TUV safety listing like logo here, but it really doesn't look like that's official. And I don't, it's got some writing under there in not English, so I would assume that this product is not safety listed for the United States or the Canada market. So that's a little bit of a downfall for this thing. So this one came in around $13.30 right now, US dollars, as of 2021. Comes with a little thank you card. Very small, simple user manual, which is okay. It tells you how to plug it in. Gives you the rating specs, that's fine. Very simple, I like that. Nice, small, fast, easy to figure out what's going on. The unit weighs 63 grams. The packaging weighs 20 grams. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in and see what it does for idle. Okay, so right off the bat, we can see power factors, typical for a device like this. Current's pretty low, VA is pretty low. The power consumption is not too bad, about 0.02 something watts. So it's sitting in the lower range for a power adapter like this. And I'm assuming our THD is gonna be a fairly high number. So we're sitting around the 200% range for the idle. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in our ultralight test load and see what happens to the THD. So not too bad. The THD did come up a little bit, but we're sitting around 220%. So it's still terrible, but at least it's not, the worst I've ever seen. Let's go ahead and plug in and run through the various modes here. So we can see we have 5 volts up here on our meter. That's our output. Click the button. There's our 9 volt mode and a 12 volt mode. So this doesn't even say it has a 12 volt mode, but it definitely has a 12 volt mode. 15 volt mode and a 20 volt mode. So this actually has more output voltages than it even says it has on the box. Just going back and looking at the user manual, you can see 5, 9, 15, and 20, but this definitely also has a 12 volt mode. So I do have another video. I'll put a link down in the description describing, why we do these power quality measurements and what they are. Take it up to 12 volts. See how high it'll go in 12 volts. We'll do 20 watts at 12 volts. I'm just curious if it'll go the full banana here on 12 volts. It will. So it's doing 30 watts at 12 volts. This isn't even a mode it's rated for, but it's capable of putting out the maximum power at the 12 volt rating. So that's kind of a win. You get an extra mode you didn't even know about. Let's see if it can change modes at 30 watts. No problem. 15 volts now. No problem at all. Let's go up one more. 20 volts now, 30 watts. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and take it up to overload, see what it can do. 31 watts, 32 watts, 33 watts, 34 watts, 35 watts. Still going strong. 36 watts. And that's it. And it does recover to the 5 volts after you remove the load. You don't have to unplug it in between, so that's a good sign. And that does recover back to the 5 volts. So 35 watts was the max it did, 36 is where it hit the overcurrent. All right, so I wanted to go through and check the max current, because this said it used a maximum of 800 milliamps. So I don't know what that means exactly, but we can check the amps peak on here. So what we want to do is take it up to the 30 watt rating. So now we're pulling the 30 watts. You can see 33 watts on the input. So we're seeing about 1.4 amps peak. So instead of your waveform being a nice sine wave, the wave's coming in and you got a big spike like that. This has got a big peak. That's not good. So, these numbers shouldn't be that far apart from each other, basically. So we're seeing this is 3 effectively 3 times this number over here, which is not great. And also, this rating is not anywhere listed on the product, so we have no way of knowing that this thing under full load is going to be using 1.5 amps peak. So overall, this unit didn't do too bad. It ended up with what we typically see for power adapters. This device did end up near the top of the stack, but you know, it's a 0 at the idle score, and then it ended up going up to about 102 on the higher end. This device ended up just touching 90% efficiency on the higher end, so it isn't the best, but it isn't the worst. When we look at it compared with other devices, we can see that it does sit near the top of the stack, but it is not the best. I'm a little less impressed with this one versus the 20-watt adapter, and overall for the size of this device, I would say the Belkin adapter I looked at, which is a little more expensive, does have better power quality though, might be the better choice, or actually the Anker Nano 2 that I initially looked at with this whole system might actually be the better adapter versus this one too. This one with its a little bit lower safety rating too also makes me lean towards one of those other adapters which has a better safety rating. So overall got an 89, it's near the top. When we look at it on the graph, we see something very similar. It's got a low idle power consumption, not the best, but it's also a 0 power quality score, so it's in that clustered up lump again. And then we look at the overall score, we can see that it's near the top of the stack, as I already said, but it's not the best. Overall, not the worst adapter, not the best adapter. It works. I don't see any problems with it. The overload worked. Everything seems okay. So UGREEN, they're definitely making a lower price adapter than a lot of the other manufacturers, and they're trying to make the quality a little higher. So if you're looking for a general 30-watt USB-C power adapter, this one could fit the bill. You know, it's not bad. It's not the smallest one. It's not the biggest one either, but overall it does function. I would say that there are better options out there though. So, you know, it may be worth spending a little bit more money on an adapter, but really it's all up to your personal preference. A lot of these things end up being very, very similar. In the next video, we're gonna see this -X 100-watt USB-C power adapter. Gonna go big. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks, and bye.